All right, so a client reached out to me for a consultation, and the first thing I asked him was, where's your numbers? I need you to send me over your numbers, right? By email, send me over everything. I mean, everything, what you're paying for a truck, what you're paying for trailer, what you're paying for fuel, how much are you paying your drivers, what are you paying for maintenance, what your loads been running for, how much you're making a mile, basically what's your cost per mile, right? Like, send me everything. And the first thing he said was, well, I have this, and he sent it over, some stuff that he sent over. And I was at, well, where's this, where's that, where's this, where's that? And he was like, well, I kind of don't have that, right? Then I talked with another client, which is a bigger client, right? He has about 20 to 30 trucks, but now he doesn't have any more company trucks, right? He basically got rid of all the company trucks, and he has all lease to own trucks, right? And I asked him a specific question. I was like, hey man, you know, where's your fuel? You've been tracking your fuel or something like that, basically, right? And he was like, oh, I don't track that. I said, really? Have you ever tracked it? He said, no. And he texted me back and was like, maybe I should, LOL. And I was like, you think so? That made me think there's people that really, truly don't know their numbers. And then I also thought about it and was like, well, duh, that's why you ran out of business, Marco. So, in the past. So, I'm making this video because I went bankrupt twice, or at least I filed for bankruptcy twice. I didn't complete it because I was able to get myself out the hole and come out of bankruptcy. So I'm making this video so you basically won't do what I did and won't do what my clients are doing now, or hopefully they're not doing this anymore, so you won't go bankrupt. So check the video out. So we're gonna go over this tool, right? This tool is called Trucking Calculator, okay? I'm gonna give you my full honest review. I have used this calculator in 2024 a lot. I'm still using it now. I don't use it as much as I used to use it in 2024, only because I got a system that has most of this, a TMS system that has most of this or more inside a TMS system, right? Now for this TMS system, I'm paying about over $2,000 a month for it. As you can see for this system, which is a, you know, once again, we're going to go through it. We're not going to go all the way deep down into it because they have tutorial videos that can explain fully what this tool can do, right? Now, I'm going to show you what I use it for, right? And what I've used it for in the past, all right? I've been using this. I'm just now doing a review on it because I wanted to use it myself before I give it out to you guys in my audience. And I wanted to give an honest review. Now, with that being said, full disclosure, I do get, if you use my link that I will leave in the bottom of the video in the description somewhere, I will get some type of kickback if you sign up for a basic, advanced, or large, you know, whichever one that you, a paid subscription, basically. It's been so long since I've had this, made this deal with them. It's been about 6 to 8 months ago, somewhere in that, you know, time frame. I don't even remember what I get off of it, but I do get something. I can't remember, and I think you guys might even get like a discount if you use my link. I can't even remember, right? I just want to give you this video because this is something that will help you, and I actually done a consultation the other night with a guy, and he did not know his numbers. And he's basically, we done a consultation. He's debating on doing bankruptcy or not. And the first thing I asked him was for, hey, to prepare for our consultation, send over a list of things. And the very first thing on that list was his numbers. He didn't have them. So that immediately prompted me to make this video, because I didn't realize how much people do not know their numbers. I have another client. He has about 20 to 30 trucks, and we were texting one time, and I asked him, hey, do you have these numbers, something specific? And he said, no, I don't track that. And I was like, what? You don't track that? Really? That's not good. Okay. And I said, yeah, you should. He was like, yeah, I think I should track that. I'm like, you think? So if you don't get nothing else out of this video, whether you're going to use this tool or another tool, Excel or any other TMS system or whatever, you don't have to use this. I'm just going to give you my review, and I used it, right? Please track your numbers. Know your numbers. If you're an owner operator, know your numbers. If you're a freight dispatcher, logistics coordinator, know your numbers. Know their numbers. This is how you're going to help your own operators, or you're running fleets for people. This is how you're going to help them know their numbers, right? So let's get into it. The starter version is completely free for 1 unit, right? And basic 5 units, $80, advanced 10 units for $120, large, so on and so on. You get the point, all right? You have tutorials. Watch the tutorials. Let me make this smaller so you can see more. You can watch tutorials, and they will help you with that. This team, if you email them, they're pretty fast with getting back with you. They'll even probably get on a call with you. That's what they did for me, right? They have a dashboard. See what that looks like. If you actually put some numbers in the dashboard, we're not gonna go, let's see here. If we go 2024, because remember, I didn't use this in this year at all, because I have it in my TMS. I think if it pulls up numbers, well, dashboard, oops, let's see here, 25, see what that, all right, so that does something, right? This is some numbers that I put in there, and it's gonna calculate it for 1 year, right? I didn't use it all year for 2024. This is probably, I don't know, 6 to 8 months or something like that. Because I got the software maybe 6 months ago. So I had to backdate it and put in information and all that. And it just, at the time, it still was kind of in the developing phase or whatever. And I had to do it manually. And it took me hours to put back data. And I didn't feel like it. I didn't want to do it. Whatever. I'm going to show you specifically what I used this tool for, because even at that time I had another TMS system that basically kept track of a lot of numbers for me, but at the time, the TMS that I was using, it wasn't giving me what I was specifically looking for, right? So this is the dashboard. This is how it'll look. It went blank again, but if you had information in it, you would see it. Then they have distribution, they have statistics, all right, and all that stuff. Different units. These are units, and I still currently have in it. But this is what I want to touch on, the actual calculator, right? I'm not going to go in a deep dive in every single thing. These are things that if you want to use it, you can use it. I didn't really use that. I mainly used the calculator, right? Now, let's get into this, which is, in my opinion, the most important part, right? What can you use this for? You can use this when it's time to purchase a truck. If you want to do a deal, right? And you want to see if you're going to be able to make enough money when you buy this truck, right? Or buy this trailer, right? You can also use it for identifying leaks in your business. What do I mean when I say leaks? Meaning if you're losing money, right? say you're pouring water in a bucket and you're trying to fill up this bucket to get to a certain point. Well, if you have leaks at the bottom of the bucket or on the side of the bucket, whatever, and it's leaking out water, you're going to be pouring water in this bucket and you're going to be like, man, why is it's not filling up, right? Well, it's not filling up because it has a leak, right? But you don't know that it has a leak in the bucket. You're just pouring water and you're trying to figure it out. Well, guess what? It's the same way in a business. When you have a business, you're not filling up with money. You're not filling up the bank accounts. Well, they have a leak somewhere. If you're making money but the bank accounts are not filling up, right? Money's coming in, it's steady coming in, but it's not growing. It's not filling up. Well, you have a leak somewhere. Money's going somewhere and it's going out faster than what? It's coming in, right? This is a common thing in business, especially trucking. Truckers make a lot of money, but a lot of money goes right back out. So they basically can't grow. They can't scale. They can't save. When a truck breaks down and, they can't pay for the truck to get fixed. Why? It's because they're not keeping enough money. Money's coming in, but they're not keeping enough money. Too much money going out, right? So I can identify over time, right? If you put enough data in this system, you can look at it and see where the leak is going, all right? You can keep track of lanes. If you ran lanes for a month or two and you're steady running the southeast or the southwest or up north, the northeast corner, you want to run that corner up there or the midwest, right? You've been running these lanes. Well, guess what? You've put that data in here. Now you can see what you can get that data back. You can look at it and say, okay, well, I've been running this lane for a month, 2-3 months, right? This is how much the fuel costs. This is how much how much I've been spending on permits, running these oversized loads, et cetera, right? Say you're going to have a big project come up, right? And someone's saying, hey, can you quote this for me? I got 30 loads over the next, 100 loads over the next month or 2 months or whatever, going in this lane, that lane, and we want you to run it. Well, you can come here, put your numbers in there, put your average on fuel, whatever, and you can kind of get an idea what you can charge them if you can still be profitable, right? And all other type of reasons too. This can also help you stay from running out of business. So these are some numbers that I already had plugged in, right? Just for an example, right? These are not my numbers. Just FYI on that. But let's say you are running a flatbed, or let's say you're running a flatbed and you're doing $25,000 a month. You're working about 6 days a week, 24 days a month working. You're doing about 2,500 miles a week, which is 10,000 miles a month. Well, it says, I don't know why it says 252, because clearly, just to make sure I'm not tripping, right? $25,000 divided by 10,000 miles is 2.5. Why is it saying, let's see. Why is it saying 2.5? I don't know, per mile. That's a little weird, but okay. We're doing an honest review on it. This is what it's doing, right? Some reason it's calculating 2.52. Okay, maybe I have to reach out to them about that. If your numbers come up different, when I do the numbers, it's 2.5, not 2.52. All right, 250 a mile. But we're going to go with this, right? This is what it's saying. So this brings you out to, and you're doing, let's say I'm going to go all monthly, right? I'm going to stay in the monthly column. Let's say your truck note is about $1,500 a month, all right? Let's say you have a flatbed and you're paying about $800 a month for your flatbed, right? Let's say for your insurance, you're doing about $1,800 a month, right? Once you put in the monthly, on the weekly side, it's going to automatically calculate that for you, right? And always double check this because it is a computer, it's software, it can mess up, right? And give you some problems. Clearly, we see that with the 2.52. All right. So, it may be something I'm not doing right? I don't know. Create a free account, log into it, do it yourself. Maybe you can see something that I wasn't doing right and they made it come out to the 2.52 or not. Maybe it's on the software side. All right. So truck insurance about $1,800 a month, which is $450 a week. Let's say you're doing about $100 a month for ELD. That's about normal. $140 a month for low board, prepaid legal in case you get a ticket or something. You want the attorneys to help you out with that. That's about $40 a month. Let's say for IRP, which is your license and $22.90. Let's say you're doing about $2,000 a year divided by 52 weeks in a year. That's going to be $2,000 a year divided by 52 weeks in a year. Then you're going to do that times 4 weeks in a month. That's going to be right about 153. Let's just go with 160, right? Yeah, 155. Let's go with 155, all right? That'll bring you out to $38.75 a week. Let's say you're doing about $100 a month in IFTA, right? Everybody IFTA numbers are different, so let's not go there, right? Truck wash, maybe a lot of people don't even wash their truck. Maybe you wash your truck 2-3 times a month. Let's go with $100 a month, right? Truck wash, truck trailer, if it's truck and trailer combo, you might do 100, 105, I think it is at the Blue Beacon. Let's say you do that once a month, or maybe you just do the truck and you do that twice a month, whatever, you get the point. Let's say you do 200 for parking, right? Or maybe not. Well, guess what? You can take that and you can actually, let's move this here, right? You can actually take that and delete that. All you have to do is go to the right and press X, and now it's gone. And it's going to change your numbers, right? Now, we have all of this on fixed costs, okay? You can take this and move this to gross percentage, and you can do miles. Now, if this is your fixed cost, I will leave it at fixed, all right? Now, let's go to the next section, which is going to be services, all right? Well, let's say you have a dispatch fee of 10%, a factoring fee of 3%, and maybe bookkeeping, $50 fixed, right? Well, let's just get rid of that, right? Maybe you don't have a bookkeeping, right? Maybe a dispatcher is doing that for you, right? Well, once again, percentage, 10%, factoring, 3%. Let's say you don't have a dispatch fee. Let's say you're an owner-operator and you only pay factoring. All you got to do is, guess what? Get rid of it. Hit the X. Bam. It's gone. It's going to reflect at the top. It's going to do your numbers, right? But let's go ahead and put it for the video. Let's put that dispatch fee back in there at 10%, right? Driver salary, okay? If you're an owner-operator, I would say definitely put this deduction in there because you need to live off of what you pay yourself, period. You need to be able to live off of that, all right? If you can't live off of your driver's salary and still have money left over, then you need to fix something in your business, all right? Period, all right? So I would say 25% is an honest pay for a driver, right? 25 to 30, you choose. Or let's say that you paying your driver, right? Here you go. You put that in there. It's $6,200 a month. Escrow, maybe you pay it, maybe you don't. We're going to leave it in there, $250 a month. All right. Fuel, you're doing about 2,100 gallons a month. $6,800 a month on the price. Maintenance, you're putting about $500 a week to the side. Oh, not to the side. You're spending about that every single week, $2,000 a month, right? That could be a little high on maintenance, but maybe not. If you blowing a tire or, you have a roll call or whatever, things can get really expensive, right? So let's just go with $500 a week. This is how I do my numbers because I want to be able to spend $2,000 a month on maintenance and it not like break me, right? And if I don't actually spend it on maintenance, I'm going to just put it to the side, all right? So now we have all our numbers plugged in and you can put other and whatever. If you look at the bottom, it says analysis for your expenses. Well, you can see 30% is going to fuel. All right. 21% is going to fixed expenses. That's this up here. That's your truck payment, your trailer payment, your truck insurance, all that type of stuff, right? Then you have 14% on services, 27% on wages and bonuses, 9% on expenses, etc., right? All right. Now, that's if you're running at about 2.52 a mile, right? Really, it's 250, right? We went over that earlier, right? You're making about, in a month time, after paying everything and paying your driver and or paying yourself as a driver, this is what you have left in a month. $2,215, which is about $92 a day, right? Net profit is about 22 cents per mile. All right. Your cost per mile is at about 2.3 a mile, right? Now, with that being said, obviously, if these are your numbers, you already know you can't run for $2.03 a mile. Not 2.3 cents, $2.30 a mile. You can't run for that, right? You need to run above that. I would say try to get as close as to 50 cents above that or more, right? So that's about 280, 280 a mile, right? If you do 128,000, yeah, that'll put you at about 280, 283, really 280. That changed a lot. That doggone near doubled your profit just at 280 a mile, right? So you can see where paying this type of truck note, trailer note with these type of fees, you can make a decision on, all right, well, I can run for 2.8 a mile. I'm kind of good. I don't need to be hauling loads. That's 2.3, $2, and I can make it. You can't make it. You need to run for higher than that, a lot of higher than that. Maybe you want to see about how much money you can make if you put an RGN, right? Well, or not gonna say RGN, you know, maybe you're gonna go buy an RGN, right? And you want to buy that 4-axle truck, right? That truck's gonna be about, let's say, $3,000 a month. And then that trailer is gonna be about, and then you have, once again, that trailer is going to be about 3,500, right? You want that nice stretch, right? Well, just changing the equipment, but everything else stay the same. And this is not even, we have no permits in this, right? Let's go ahead and add that, right? Let's add expenses. Let's go here and add permits, right? You might spend about $2,000 a month on permits, right? Well, you cannot be running for $2.83 a mile. All right. I hope the guys out there that's, trying to take the cheap freight, they're watching this and understand you can't do this. You will go out of business. You cannot do this, right? So what do you need to be running for? Well, you need to be closer around this number here, just on the low end, right? To make some kind of money, right? You're going to pay your driver, because remember, you got a driver. Your driver going to make about $8,700 a month, right? At 25%. And you can make about $2,200 a month, $500 a week. I'm not looking to make that much. I'm looking to make a little bit more than that. So if that's the case, I at least want to be around this number here, $40,000 a month. If I'm paying $3,000 for a truck, $3,500 for a trailer payment, right? And everything else is around that number, right? $4 a mile makes more sense, right? Why? Because my cost per mile is $3.50, 3.49. Let's say $3.50, right? So after everything, I paid everybody. I got $250 a month escrow. Well, let's get rid of that, right? And we got $2,000 in maintenance. But I want to save some money, right? I want to save some money, and I want to pay myself, right? Let's do a savings, right? And let's do $2,000 a month, $500 a week, right? Well, we got profit, $40,000. We got profit. Let me see. I might have messed up something. So I actually have permits already. at the bottom, $2,000 a month. And then maybe I want to put other savings, right? Let's put it here, $2,000 a month, right? All right, well, I put $2,000 in the bank. I got my maintenance account, $2,000 a month, fixing stuff, or maybe I'm just adding it up, building it up. I got permits, you know, in there. Which if you're running a big trailer like that, you're probably going to spend a lot more than that in permits. Let's, you know, well, maybe not, right? Everybody's business different. So after everything, I'm, you know, once again, I'm saving $2,000 a month too, and I'm growing my maintenance account, and I'm paying a driver, right? Or I'm paying myself if I'm the driver, right? $10,000 a month. I still got $3,000 left over. Y'all getting it, right? So this is how you can come in here, you can use this tool and really get into it and play with the numbers and like really do it, right? And see what you need to run, either run for in a week, in a month. If you're gonna buy this new trailer, what's your cost? You can find out what's your cost per mile. You can quote projects. You can do a bunch of stuff, right? So I'm going to leave a link in the description to it. Download it, get the free version, play with it. If you like it, go on ahead and get the paid version if you have more than one trucks or not. I don't know if it's going to limit the features with the free version versus the paid version. I don't know. But check it out, man. And look, after you check it out, leave a comment below in the video to let me know how it worked out for you. If this helped you out in your business, right? Or not, definitely let me know, right? Because I want to know. I want to, you know, give a review, right? And with that being said, make sure you stay on top of your numbers, all right? Comment and subscribe to the channel. We'll see you in the next video, all right? Peace.